Hey coach, I just finished practice and I thought it went pretty well. I did exactly what we talked about and worked on yesterday. Let's see. All I put all my focus try not didn't try to worry about anything else. Um all I was working on was bending, bending, um staying bent as I go around and making sure I go the same pathway like I did from the going here and then going around, making sure I stay there and when I come back and still in the sprint position. I think it looks like I it looks like I'm definitely doing it, though there are some times where to me when I'm watching the video, cuz even though like I would do it, it looks like in the video it looks like I go the same path around and then I go back, but as I'm like about to sprint, it looks like I'm coming up. But that's just me when I watch the video. Um, but I thought the practice was pretty good. There were some times like well, first let's discus. I did front and side video. Um, and I would say the front was pretty good. You see that I'm doing a bunch of steps and I'm breaking it down and then slowly putting it together throughout the video until you see me with the strap discus and I'm going all the way without pausing. And I thought it went pretty good. You would see that the discus at times was actually far back behind the hip, which would be amazing. And I would definitely do the bend like I'm supposed to. And then, like I said, there were times where it did look like I would come up during the sprint. I was truly focusing though on making sure that I stayed bent and I tried to go the same pathway as I came. Um, I also tried to stretch my left arm out, though I didn't put a lot of thought into it because I would kind of do it automatically when I turned back. So as long as I just kept it that way, I think I was fine. Um, and then side video, you'll see the same thing. Um, except I'm not breaking down the steps like in the first video. Um, you'll see me break it down a little bit here and there. That's just me trying to remind myself of like where to bend. Um, and you'll just see a side view of it, which I also thought was pretty good. Um, I would say, oh, my base, yep. But you would see that my base is wide in the front video and in the side video. You'll see that the hip goes first, the discus comes last, and you would see you'd see that to me it looks like it does come up just a tiny when I'm after I go the pathway and I'm about to sprint. I'm in like the South African position and it looks like my arm and stuff comes up. I think in the second this it was either a shot put or discus, but I think it was shot put where I accidentally tried to force myself to come up when it's supposed to happen naturally while you're sprinting. It's like during the sprint, and then I immediately stopped myself when I realized I was doing it. Ooh, sorry. I think I did this in shot put. Anyways, front and middle, front video and side video of discus were pretty much the same, and I thought it went pretty good. Still, I did feel the discus back, but it's not really what entirely we were working on. But I did try to keep my discus back, I think, in the very last 2 reps during the side video, or put a little focus into it, which wasn't too bad. I definitely felt I would feel my hip going first and stuff still. And it looks really cool watching the videos and seeing how far the discus is behind the hip. And then when you'd see, I still think it's great to see and cool when you just see the hip already, like the whole right leg already extending, and then the discus is like facing the camera. So I thought that was cool. And then shot put, I got a front and side video of that as well. And I would say it's pretty much the same, where it looks like I'm coming up sometimes during the sprint. Not during, sorry. As I'm about to get into the South African. I'm still working on the same thing, except in shot put, I was working more on the pause. You'll see in the front video, I was working on the pause when I wasn't. It was probably towards the end of the video or towards the side video where I realized that I need to think about going the same pathway around and then do the pause, not try to do the pause first and leave the out and around out. So you'll see me go back to working around and then pause. It was during the front video. You'll also see me try to get a visualization. I remember that you said I should be facing the camera when I pause, so I did try to do that in the front video where I faced like another person's house and paused and then go, and I thought that went well. And the side video, same thing, except this time in the side video I was like breaking it down, and then this is when I accidentally force my upper body to come up, because while watching the videos I realized that it looks like I'm staying low even when I sprint sometimes. And I think it's just because I would be focusing so much on bending that even when I sprint, I tend to stay that way. Or it just looks like my chest and stuff is still facing down, but everything else is turning. It's hard to explain. You'll see it. But once I realized I was doing that, I immediately stopped doing it, or stopped trying to focus on it. You'll see me trying to do some reverses. Then I realized I was probably focusing too much on the reverse, so I was focusing on the bend, but my mind would move over to the reverse. So I quit thinking about that, and then I realized that I was probably, because for the thing it's all about rhythm. So I realized that I was probably accelerating too early, like I tend to do. So, because I know that if I go in a certain rhythm that's not too fast but not too slow either, then it's good. Because I should accelerate when I sprint. That's when I do it. It's like after the pause. So it's when I started doing that where it started feeling better again. Because in the beginning of the video, it was like towards the middle. Basically, it felt really good. Felt like I did it right. That I immediately did a front version of it, or tried to do it. Um, then this dog started barking, and I lost my, it distracted me a little bit because um, it just scared me. The dog was like in our neighbor's house, and it surprised me, so it distracted me a little bit. So it didn't feel like I had that same powerful feeling like I did when I did it side. Um, the dog distracted me a little while, even when I went back to side. I know there was a feeling where it felt good where I tried to reciprocate that for discus real quick. You'll see me do one rep of discus in one of the shot put videos just because it felt good that I wanted to see it for discus too. Whew. I'm like all over the place with these videos. But it was pretty good. Towards the end, you'll see me do like 2 or 3 reverses again, but I'm still putting all my main focus on the bend and the wind, making sure I feel the stretch of the left arm and the shot put back, and then keeping the rhythm, not trying to accelerate too early when I get in the sprint, and pause and then go. So, because there were times in the beginning of the video where I was going too slow, or I was pausing because I'm still like working on it, or then there were times where I just went too fast with it. So, just trying to find that in between. Uh, but yeah, I thought the parts were pretty good. I would say that I really, I would say that my concern was the coming up part from discus to shot put, just because it does look like I bend, but sometimes to me, when I watch the video, it looks like I come up a bit, or my left arm comes up a bit. So, but then I compared it with the practice videos on Monday, so I could, not Monday, Friday, so I could be just overthinking it. But yeah, so that was a practice, and I hope you're doing well. Um, I thought the practice went pretty well, so, or at least I hope it did. It did feel right. Besides the coming up part, I didn't feel as confused like I did yesterday on how to do it, and I wasn't overthinking anything. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you're having a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.